Okay, what we're doing here is your email script, setting up your email script. Now before I get started, I'm going to show you a step-by-step method on how to get your email script set up. But before we get started, I want to stress how important, how crucial it is to have an autoresponder. I can't stress to you the importance of it. Let's think about this. Let's say if you have a particular product or service that you're offering, you've marketed, maybe you did pay-per-click or you spent money, somebody they went to your sales page on Monday and they liked everything and they wanted to, and it gets time, get ready for them to pay. Then all of a sudden, it's maybe $495 and they only have $300 at the time. Now, if you don't have an email script, you're going to be depending on them remembering whatever that website was that you had your sales page for them to get there. But if you have an autoresponder, they will have gone into your autoresponder, and now what you can do is it'll automatically send them, however you set it up, send them an email every day, every 2 days, every 3 days. So now let's say, getting back to that same scenario, they are ready to buy on Monday, but they don't have the money. They say, well, I get paid on Friday and I can go ahead on and buy. So now what happens in the scenario of having an autoresponder, you have that information. So come Friday, let's say on Thursday, you would have sent them an email, okay? They would have gone into your autoresponder. Preferably, you probably would have sent them two by that time. So if they came in on Monday, on that same day, you send them a welcome email. Thank you for logging into my site and checking out my widgets or whatever product or service it is you have. And so now comes Thursday, your system sends them out another email letting them know the benefits, or however the script is set up. It's keeping in touch with them. So now when Friday comes, they remember, oh yeah, Joe's Widgets. Okay, that's where. But I need to go check back in, and they'll click on the email and they'll have your website there. So now you don't lose that sale. But without an autoresponder, you have a very, very high chance of losing that particular sale. If you don't have an autoresponder, below this video you'll see a couple of links where you can click on, or you can even go into the resources area in here and click on and get an autoresponder. But I highly, highly, highly recommend getting an autoresponder. Okay, now we're going to get started on here and setting up the email script. Basically, it's pretty self-explanatory. Now, once your email script has been set up, you'll have up to 21 different email scripts. Now, what I recommend when you load these into your autoresponder, I recommend doing them 3, 4, 5, even as much as a week apart. Okay, because remember, if you've got 21 and you do it a week apart, well, that's several months of being in front of somebody. Now, you might want to shorten it, maybe. Like I said, it all depends on what kind of product you have. Now, what I found is the lower cost products generally have a much higher rate of success when you have it spaced maybe 3, 4 days apart. Now, the bigger ticket items, you might want to have them spaced a week apart. Okay? But the main thing is you're going to stay in front of them, and that's what your goal in doing this. So let's go ahead on and start filling this up. I'm going to go ahead and use a little utility that I have called RoboForm, which is really, really pretty neat, and it fills out a lot of forms and things for you automatically. So let's just go into the identities. Let's just go ahead and fill this in, do a form fill. This is just going to save me a lot of time. Now, some things it didn't have in here, but notice how it filled out my name. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in, I'll just say we'll put in that IMToolSuite. That's one. And okay, I'm going to go ahead on and skip ahead and fill this out. Okay. Okay, now we've got our page. I skipped ahead and we've got our page filled out. I'm going to go by each area right here. As you see in there, first you want to enter your name, as you see in there, and whatever your product or service is. This particular one, I'm going to use IMToolSuite. You'll list the company if you have a company name, and also too right here where it says enter product, website, or checkout page. Generally, you want to use have your sales page on there. You want to put it right there. Or you can actually have, like I said, it says if there's an order page, you can use that as well, the checkout page, because that's what people will click in if they want to actually buy right then. But generally, I like to use the sales page URL there. And then you'll put in the street address, and also you'll put in an autoresponder code. Let's say if you happen to let's see, in this particular one, let's say if I wanted to use that particular one for GVO in this particular, and you'll put in whatever that is that for your autoresponder that corresponds to the first name. Okay, so if you don't know what that is, just look at and check and see what your autoresponder is, and that'll tell you. And then you have here, you input the your email address, and as you see in here with product or service, you can now, and then you want to put in say like this one, generate massive leads. That's what I put in. Anything that you might want to have in there, and you want to do the same thing again, something different. And then again, now this is looking through the eyes of your target prospect. Like it says, I want to, in this case, generate tons of leads. That's what I put. And there's some examples here. You can put create, make, or get, generate, whatever you might want to put insofar as expressing something. And then the next page, you put in what your product or service focuses on. In this particular one, focuses on internet marketing. Okay, and here, as you see in here, looking from the eyes of your target prospect, what is the single biggest problem that you are faced with? Now you fill in the blank, and I just put in here poor sales, or you could put, I just see the examples, poor retail sales, outdated customer service, whatever you might want to put, living in debt, be creative, just put what you want. And then the next, number 6, is what are the ultimate downside risk that your prospect will face by not using your product or service. Now in this particular one I put the biggest risk they face is by losing thousands of dollars. That's a big risk. Now you have in here number 7, what is a task, item, element, etc. that your customer is not required to provide with your product or service. I just filled something out in this particular one. They're not required to get a bank loan. Okay, you can be creative. I can say investing a single dime or spending any money on expensive educations. Like I said, again, be creative. And number 8, ultimately, your product or service is used to fill a specific need, and you describe what need. In this particular one, I just said creating wealth. Or you could actually, if you wanted to say cultivating relationships, or if you wanted to create leads, you can put in whatever it is. Like I say, it all depends on whatever your product or service is. And now you put in here, what type of product or service are you selling? Now this can be descriptive. In this case, it's an all-in-one marketing solution. Okay, and that's what I put in that one. Now if you were selling an ebook, obviously you put maybe 25, 50, however long an ebook it is, or if it's a 5-part audio program or whatever it is, you put it in here. And now on number 10, as you see in here, you want to put in how soon will somebody start to get results. I mean, is it going to be within a month, within 30 days? Is it going to be in this one, within mere minutes? They'll start seeing a response, or in just 10 minutes or 90 days. Now this next section is a product price guarantee. Now, you're going to have to put in the price. As you see in here, it's pretty self-explanatory. What is the price of your product or service? You see there, and then it asks you another question as far as if you would increase the price, how much could it be increased by? You can put arbitrary numbers. It doesn't have to be exact. There's no exact science to this. And you want to put something that's believable. And you might put in how long is a guarantee. Now, if your product doesn't have a guarantee, just simply leave that blank. Okay? And now you might put in what is the price of your highest competitor's price. Okay, pretty much everything's got competition, and so you might want to do some research to see what your competitors are offering and put in the highest one. And right here it tells you the price of the product divided by 365. That comes out to 18 cents a day. Then the next one, what is the price of the product multiplied by 10? Because this is a monthly product, then it's 670. If it was a one-time payment or something, then you just take whatever that one-time payment is and multiply it by 10. Then this one, what is the price of product divided by 30 days? Okay, if it's a one-time purchase price, then you would take that one-time purchase price and then you would actually divide that by 30 days. Or if it's a monthly, you do the same thing in that regards, and it shows how much per day. Okay, and then you want to put in here how much money was spent in developing your product. Now this just needs to be an approximation. It doesn't have to be exact, just an approximation. And again, something you want to have is reasonable. And now here you're going to list what your first bonus is. Okay, in this one I put a 1-year bronze membership to Social Media Secrets. And then you put in a bonus 2, free membership to Julie's Skype Tips. That's what I put in here. And then you can put in a bonus 3. In this particular one, you get tons of ebooks and software. And then what you want to do is you want to get a combined value of all those particular bonuses that you added up there, and then you put that lump sum figure there. Now the next one, now you might want to ask, well, I'm getting a lot of this stuff, like say this one, product testimonials. Well, pretty much all of it you can usually get from your sales page. If you notice, I switched over here and I see all these product testimonials. And basically, you just copy and paste. That's pretty much all you really need to do. And let's get back to here. And so I've done that for several people. Here's Rodney's, Amy Jo Neal. They all had it, and you can add here, like as far as put in their URL for if you want. You can put in the city, state URL if you want. It's optional. You don't have to. And then you get to the final portion of it. Then you get to insert what are the benefits of it. Now, in this particular case, you see these are all benefits of this particular product or service. Okay? And again, you can just cut and paste, and that's basically what I've done. Now once you've gone and done all of that, then you click the submit button, as I'm doing here right now, and there you go. And you can go over and it tells you that you were submitted, and it gives you that. And you might want to actually print this page out, and it stays there for a minute, and then it'll go over to the main thing, letting you know that you've already submitted it. And you pretty much done it. That's it. And now wait about anywhere from 24 to 48 hours, or actually say two business days on average for your script to be created. Once your script is created, it'll be emailed to you on the email address that you have within our system. If you have any questions or any statements, feel free to input that at the bottom of this site. Thank you.